All right. Listen, stop what you are doing just for a second, because what just happened in the market confirms my January trading levels. Again, price sold off overnight just yesterday, and it hit the exact levels called weeks ago. Now, right here is the channel. This is not luck, and this certainly is not random. This is structure at work. And today, I'm going to break down exactly what happened. That's right. So how can you take advantage of it in your own trading? That's exactly what I got prepared for you. So listen, real quick, check out the charts, okay? We have the SPY, right? I informed you guys that if we broke this structural price action here, right? If we broke the structure here on the monthly and the weekly time frame, that we could see some downside, right? And that's exactly what we got right here on the SPY, and apparently also here on the QQQs, and we got that structural break here on the weekly time frame. All right, and so that's what you guys see in front of us, a very structural break, and it's happening across the market, with markets only really being selective of the ones that are showing some strength. Okay, that's what I got for you, a game plan. How can you trade it? The title of this video is for beginners, all right? A trading plan and understanding why these levels hit and how you can really take advantage of it. So do me a favor, if you're getting any value from these breakdowns, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're growing this community, and I want to say thank you to every single one of you who's been tuning in all last year and the new beginning 2026 year we have in front of us. Again, I'm Coach UV. This is the unique trading group where strategy meets mindset and discipline turns into income. Now, let's get to it. And I want to go and take you guys over to the YouTube video that I posted up this month. All right, if you're not familiar with the trading signals I do, we do it each month, and we will have one ready February. But these levels are playing out based on our 30-day game plan. Gave out the smart money liquidity hunt, and I hinted at the drop that you see today. So subscribe to the channel, check out these videos if you haven't, and do not miss the next one. All right, because what we did wasn't really about hindsight. You know, I didn't recap after the fact. I gave you the numbers, the levels, the plan, and now price has reacted exactly where I said it would. That's the power of understanding the structure of the market, you beginners. All right, pay attention. This is exactly what beginners and advanced traders alike need to see. Okay, so hopping over to the SPY. All right, what is the core concept here? Markets don't really move randomly. All right, they auction. It's about an auction. If you've ever been to or seen on a movie, right, you seen the movie Money Talks with Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen, how they were inside of the auction for the cars, and the guys, they raised up the numbers as the guy at the podium said, hey, we got this and we want to let it go for 50,000, for example. And there's a guy in the seat that raises up his number and say, hey, I want to get it for 55,000. And another opponent on the other side, another buyer says, hey, I'll take it for 60, right? And all rushing to get a price, the best price, indoor price, because they really want to own it, and the bid raises. That's what happens with price, the mechanics behind the option chain and the trading and the numbers you see back and forth. That's what's going on, an auction. So what's the most important reference points here? All right, previous month's closes, we talked about that, right? In our January trade signal, that close was 681. Now we're going to see exactly where we're bouncing from and actually where we're actually losing right now. This is all live. The time of this recording is 1:39 p.m. All right, on Tuesday, the markets were closed yesterday for Martin Luther King Jr. and it's January 20th live, and you see our price is actually up under last month's previous close. Now I informed you that we would recap throughout the weeks, throughout the months, and I think that this would be the perfect time that our signal played out within the first 2 or 3 weeks of the year in January. Now these levels don't expire after a day. They continue to work all week, all month, as long as this month is here. As you can see, we're in January and price is still reacting to December's close. So as long as price respects them, we're going to trade our plan. So what do we see here? We got the overnight sell-off. You guys can clearly see here. All right, we can go to the 30-minute. All right, and we've been selling off. Everybody was surprised, but we weren't. We were actually prepared. All right, price hitting demand zones that we spoke about. All right, remember we spoke about these demand zones here in previous videos, and it's hitting those demand zones, 680, 679. All right, that's what price is now. Now I have my 30-minute chart up. This is live so you guys can see what's going on. All right, you see these previous levels. Now we do have a daily, monthly, and weekly price movement range that I removed just because I wanted you guys to see a pure chart, but just believe that they are hitting those levels, the numbers, and you can fact check me with my previous videos. Now back to the lesson at hand. All right, the price hit our demand zones, right? The overnight sell-off, the momentum was popping back up. And so that's what we got today. Traders were chasing. I actually scalped today on SPY and made some profit on this here. Retracing back towards the upside. The volume was saying the bears were in control today, but there will be some profit taken, and that's what you see right here. So I did take that scalp, and understanding that we are still bearish from all this momentum. If price got rejected, then it's going to show continuation towards the downside, and that's what we have. So the market segue is this. All right, you see the chart, you see SPY, you see QQQ, same thesis, right? Go to the 30-minute. You see the same thing here, right? Now, actually on QQQ, you actually do see my monthly price movement range, all right? The green signaling demand zone, we want to buy above here in the 21 SMA. And the yellow being the midway point, breaching this auction. We have a whole range, right? Green, yellow, red. So the yellow will represent the midway point, all right? And so price can sometimes try to retract back to these levels, okay? Just to reject again, or use these demands that turn into resistance. So now this green line will turn into a red line, representing sell-off, a stop area, not go, to continue down. And that's exactly what happened here today on the market, QQQ and SPY. And you can see it happen right there. Hope you guys are liking this so far. Now, because I'm recording this before today's close, you can see it in real time. Now, look at where price dropped overnight. Right at those zones. On the Qs, you can see it. We've seen it on SPY. You guys see the zones that it dropped to. Same zones we called out, previous zones. Back here on the 2nd of January, and we are now where? The 20th. All right, so you can see the accuracy of our call outs, our signals, how long it takes, the patience that it takes to wait for a trading plan, to wait for things to play out. You can see that, all right? That level, that institutional memory in action. All right, this is how momentum traders stay ahead, letting price come to them instead of chasing candles. All right. Now, magnets move in ranges. You got to understand. All right, ranges act like magnets. Inside those ranges, you'll notice breakouts, pullbacks, failed moves, W-shaped reversals, and crown tops. Now, I can show you that. Okay. All right, right here you have a breakout. Okay. This structural break above the 21, we have a breakout above there, okay? All right, what else do we have that I want to show you that I mentioned? A pullback. All right, this is an obvious pullback here. Here, we pull back. All right, you see that pullback? That's the pullback, all right? Just breaching these previous highs a little bit, all right? To come back, to pull back, right? And we have failed moves. This gap was present here, but we didn't fill the gap that moment. Some people chased. We held the gap. And so we continued to find demand areas, which created what? It created a higher low. Structure, simple trend, all right? Created a higher low because this pivot point, this price, after it failed to pull back, it stopped here and continued back upwards, right? So it created a higher low because this was the last lowest point, and this is higher than that last lowest point. And you see that, all right? So failed moves, got your breakout, pull back, failed moves to continue to fill the gap, right? You got W-shaped reversals. See how it's all playing out, and that's right in front of you as well. Okay, you have your W shape right here. All right, let the bears try once. Let them try twice. All right, that's your W shape. Okay, you got your one try, and you have your two try. Okay, right here, guys. Okay, not really that difficult to see. All right, and now you have your crown tops where market rejects. Okay, this is your crown top in this area, and it created resistance. Obviously, there's a wall here. And we continued to rotate back to where price previous got to, just for that gap to eventually get filled. It just took a couple of days, a couple of weeks. Patience really does plays. Now, this is what I teach, and other top traders teach, recognizing where price breaks, pulls back, or fails, and knowing where your risk is clearly defined. That's your edge, guys. That's your edge, all right? If you've been enjoying it so far, smash the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. All right, it's your first time hearing this. If you're not quite sure how to apply it yet, I've got you covered, guys. because I know sometimes that the new language could be a little bit intimidating, but it does not have to be. I will be having more beginner-friendly playlist videos for you guys on side of the channel. So be looking for trader terms, all right? Going to be beginner-friendly terms 101 for the guys and girls who need to understand the trading language, all right? So, like I said, if you're not quite sure how to apply it, all these terms, all these structurals and these different trading terms, I got you. All right. So just click that link that I have for you for a free video course. At least take that beginner course. Most people I know that take that course end up making money within the first couple of weeks or months, depending on where you are in your journey. I don't know whether you have a brokerage account open up, or if you've been doing it for a year or two, or you've been struggling with a strategy, or just trying to get your foot around it. All right. Here's a place for you, and also a book that I wrote for the trading community that's beginner friendly. That's also down below in the link description. Okay, so go through it and then come back and watch this again. You'll see the pattern click immediately once you get familiar with the channel and my daily, weekly updates. All right, so back to SPY. Now, it's interesting to know that right now we continue to sell off, right? Right now, me and a couple of people in the Discord, we are actually short the market, and we're looking for a price target of 675 on SPY and 670. It could happen overnight while we're sleeping to fill this next gap here that you guys see. That's what we're looking for, and we will be taking profits. Now, we think that, BlackRock, if you haven't seen the news headlines, BlackRock has let go of billions of dollars in the U.S. market. Now, not to say that they're pulling out completely, but it does say that they're rotating their money, and this is a telltale. The big money controls the markets, and the bank's COT report, the commitment of traders, that's on www.cftc.com. You can see where the banks are moving, right? Where is the money, and where are they putting their money? I teach this in detail week after week inside the Discord to explain how we can use these as an advantage to find entries and exits and make some actual money, some consistent profits from this data. All right, now QQQ SPY, these levels have been holding, and when the levels I give out, when they hold, remember that trading signal from January coming up was 681. That was the previous close, and the high on the yearly was 691.66. And we're off of that right now. See, 696.77, those areas, 691, these areas around here has been rejected, and we've been falling ever since. And that's what you see in front of you. All right, so we definitely want to play these to our advantage, and we see sympathy moves in other names as well. Take for instance ACHR, Archer Aviation. This is a aviation stock, the electrical eVTOL market. All right, and I wouldn't say that they're profitable, but they do have backlog. You have some institutions who are loading the boat. They see this as a disruptive company. All right, and they see it as something that's going to be used in the future, and so they're loading the boat. If you guys want to, you could check out the fundamentals in the balance sheet on Google or ChatGPT it. Find out the balance sheet. All right, ask ChatGPT, are they profitable? Do they have a moat characteristic? You want to know, do they have something that stands out? That's what you want to do for ACHR, Archer Aviation. It's one of the stocks that I'm looking at long term. So yeah, throwing it on you guys' radar. ACHR, we got a price target of 10, 14, and 15. The market is really saying that ACHR is undervalued right now, so it's at a discounted price, and over time buying shares in a company that you believe in could pay off if the company can continue to see back orders or to continue to see profits coming in from their services. So do your research. I am not a financial advisor. I am a coach and/or a mentor, so try to get educated, seek professional advice. That way you understand the risk. All right, also another stock that I'm watching is AISP. This is one of the AI stocks that's doing surveillance and monitoring for most companies who are using surveillance and security for the surveillance, cybersecurity type things and actual physical security. And so these are one of the stocks that's under the radar that institutions are loading up on. Not a whole lot of insider buying, but a lot of institutions are buying this stock. So I wanted to put it on your radar. AISP. I am in this stock myself, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. All right, anything that I recommend It's all up to you to do your due diligence on this stock. All right, but check out the option chain, and I'll be doing more commentary as the stock does what it does. But just know that we are at a discounted price right now, and we could be seeing some momentum towards the upside, given some via catalyst. All right, so that was another stock that I wanted to give you. Now I'm going to wrap that up. All right, I want to tell you, you don't need 20 trades. You need 1 or 2 clean setups aligned with the bigger picture. That's where the money is really at, guys. That's all you really need. 1 or 2 tickers to hone in on a trading plan, practice paper trading, right? Paper trading, all right? A system that works. And right now, Live Spy is still dropping, giving us more downside. This is what we have, all right? Breaking structure, and we're getting paid right now because we entered into our system. You understand how that works? Now, looking ahead, expectations, the key here is discipline and patience. This isn't really about predicting headlines, you guys. It's about letting price confirm the levels before taking action. And while this is January's proof, the same system is going to work next month. Same rules, same approach, different numbers. That's how you build repeatable trading edges. With that simple notion, I'm going to be giving you guys some guidance coming up to see how this all unfolds with earnings coming up and more tickers and some more guidance on the market. I really do appreciate you guys watching thus far to understand that we are seeing more downside, and we're not going to be picking bottoms. We're going to be watching the option flow and human behavior as the day and the weeks go by. But as of right now, we're in the zone. We're trading our plan and we're making money, waiting for our targets. And so that's what we have right now. And so until the next time we recap, that's what we do have. Now, if you're a beginner, you're in the right place, all right? I'm glad you found this channel. If you're trying to build consistency, you're also in the right place. I'm not here to impress you guys with indicators. I'm here to teach you how to think like a trader. You just didn't know it, all right? You didn't know it, but now you know. All right, and 17 minutes in with this video, I think I've given you some value and gave you something to actually think about. If I've earned your subscription, if I've earned your like, all right, be true to yourself, be true to me, all right, and push this video to traders. Like the video and push it to other ones who want to know and need to know the same information that maybe change your life or can change theirs. All right, so drop a comment below. Tell me which ticker you're watching this week or all this year. Doesn't really matter. And again, like the video if it's helped. Subscribe for the real time and the real structured trading education. All right. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.